Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this episode of Sleep Right Through a Thing. If everyone has had a good creative week, it was a fairly dense work week, and I just plain fell asleep before I did the episode last night. So here I am doing it in the morning. There's still good things to report, which is that we talked to a number of actors off of backstage.com, and a lot of them, all of them were super awesome and very nice, but a lot of them were extremely talented too. And we're going to be meeting with them early next week, ostensibly over the role of Ronnie, but in a larger scale, looking to find however we can work with them, because they've all got the chops, and we're excited to get going with some creative folks. But there'll be more on that this coming week. That's the only major bit of news. Pardon me. I'm going to be dedicating this weekend to finishing up the new Wisteria Tales, which has been delayed by the quality of the prompt, because it really made me rethink a lot of background stuff, and made me have to root around in some story elements that I hadn't really organized in my head yet. So it's got to be a little bit of a George R.R. Martin experience, but that should be on track shortly, and I think you'll get a kick out of it. And also, I'd like to say a thanks to Mike Renouf again, who has been digging through my old stuff on YouTube, specifically my channel Zardoz Speaks, which is my sort of pre-make a thing. It's completely silly sort of video creative sketchpad that I did for around about a year. That where I just sort of riffed off of this. I did comic riffs off of the concept of this character Zardoz, which is from the movie of the same name from the 1970s, starring Sean Connery. A very bizarre, very dreamy, very very strange film, and slightly funny. And I would just do weird jokes every week, and weird little animations. And as it went on, I started using it more as an experimental sort of platform. And Mike discovered that in the last few episodes, I started writing this short story, a horror short story, even though the channel was comedy, that was in the vein of H.P. Lovecraft. And I'm very proud of how that story is going. But I got knocked off track of writing it because, we had, let's see, we saved a cat. We were walking home one night, my family and I got approached by this very, very skinny, starving, meowy, poor cat, and we took it home and cleaned it up, and we were fully intent on trying to get it to a pet store or something like that. When we discovered, the vet discovered that it was pregnant with a great number of kittens, and so she had 10 kittens, and then we had to take care of 10 kittens, and then we had to find homes for 10 kittens, and on and on. So this went on for a couple of months, and it sort of knocked me out of the pattern of doing Zardoz. So this short episode today is just about the subject of getting back on track from, say, falling asleep when you intended to put up an episode of Make a Thing. Getting back on track from an unexpected delve into the story that you're telling, that makes you sort of reset your thoughts, and resetting when you are dealt a bunch of cats. And uh, the thing that Zardoz and Make a Thing have taught me, and by that what I really mean is the thing that the people whom I work with creatively and some of my very best friends have taught me in the past couple of years about the creative process, which I didn't fully understand, was to stop being so hard on yourself. You know, just don't do it. That's part of the inner critic's tool set to, from its point of view, protect you, like I was talking about last week. It's like it doesn't want you to have to deal with fear, so it tries to make you feel bad about not getting something done. It tries to sort of depress you out of the running, and make you feel a little guilt or whatever it is. And when I got a notice from YouTube, or rather a comment on the YouTube Zardoz page, the episode that happens to have that short story, where Mike was like, I really like this, and you should put this separately as its own channel. For a minute, I felt, oh man, I meant to get back to that, and I never did. And I went through the whole range. This is not Mike's fault. I'm not putting this off on Mike. I rather mean to thank Mike hugely for kicking this off, and also sort of just putting that story back in my mind again, because I truly love it. But the initial reaction is still there, and that's the practice I want to try to tune. Is don't feel bad when you can't pull something off in the moment, or don't feel bad when you get knocked off track for whatever reason. Maybe anxiety, or maybe ego got the better of you, and the project was dormant for a while, or maybe you like, but whatever got in the way, it got in the way, and you just want to let go of it and say, like, things get in the way. That's how it works. And I know many of the folks I work with, this is not an issue for them, and they can just sort of dive right back in. But for the folks that suffer the sort of same anxieties I do, I want to sort of back them up and say, don't let your ego beat you up. Like, just imagine that you appeared in this body today, and you have opportunities, and you have opportunities to do more great work. And it doesn't matter if the last thing you did was drop the ball. You're not currently dropping the ball. And the only way to drop the ball is to give in to the myth that your inner critic wants to build about you dropping the ball. So try to remember that the work you're doing is not just good, more than likely, or it's on the way to being good, but you love it. And that's how I feel about that short story. Like, I hadn't gotten back to it. I hadn't gotten really a chance to think about it. And because of Mike's prompt, I went back and I read through it again, and I was like, oh, I really do love this thing. And I don't have the ability to work on it today. But I do want to get back to working on this thing. And it's on my future plate, and I'm looking forward to it. It's an opportunity for me to enjoy myself again. And, maybe it'll be when I'm stuck on one thing, I'll take a look at that again. Or when I've cleared my plate of a major portion of the project, I can spend a day and sort of explore that creepy space one more time. And it may be that because I took such a break from it, and I have a different perspective in my life now, when I reread it, I'll have an even more coherent vision of what to do, and an even tighter idea to come from it. So these are all opportunities. These are all ways to sort of reset the creative force, and as it is 8:19 in the morning instead of 8:19 last night when I would have been recording normally. This is my creative cup of coffee for the day. That sometimes you don't get the episode in on time, and instead you do it over breakfast. So here we are, making a thing like this, and just as an incidental, in letting my mind wander about what to talk about this morning, an idea came to me for a short wisteria-based thing that I have made notes for, and now I'm going to put it in the possibles pile. So, so there's a secret mission from the universe to get me to think of this other nifty idea, and now it's on my list as well. In any case, I want to thank Mike for taking a look at that story. I am going to separate that out anyway, so that people can enjoy it as its own audiobook. So look for a playlist called The Godhead, and with some new artwork up probably in the next week. And that doesn't mean it's going to be continuing. It's just going to be it's just going to be book one, and I'll get to book two when I'm available to get to book two. But I would love to get it out to people. I am very happy with it. In any case, I am very psyched to meet some actors this week. I'm very psyched that we'll have some confirmations when I next talk to you, and that starts the ball rolling on getting the actual shooting, and which is going to be the most exciting part of all. So we are looking forward to shoot in mid-September. So we got a lot of work to do to get that set up. We're going to be trying to do the first 3 episodes all at once. And casting the role of Ronnie is one of the key things we have to lock down before we can pull the trigger on that. And I think from the people that we have up for the role, we're going to be in tip-top shape. So please tune in next week. I'll give you the lowdown as to what happens with all of this. And I hope that everyone has an excellent making of things week ahead. And I'm going to get ready for some actual production news, which is going to be exciting. Thanks very much for everybody. And this has been Make a Thing. I'm going to get the coffee now and get myself fully back on track. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.